Good evening. Welcome to the Video Club of Laguna Woods. We're pleased to have you here. We've got a good program lined up. We think you'll find it very interesting. We appreciate your coming tonight. It's a lovely evening out. Have you had an opportunity to check out some of the refreshments?
Thank you, yes.
Please do. So I am Jonathan Williams. I'm the president of the club this year, learning how to do that. So we're going to get to our program in just a little bit, but we can begin by highlighting a few things while I have you undivided. I'm going to be sending out a survey of members, current and past, and I solicit, please take the survey. This club exists to serve you. And to do that, it helps a great deal to know what your interests are. Some of the things you'd like to be doing, we like to do. These events and opportunity to listen to people in the field that are so interesting, have done some unique things, are very important that we enjoy them. But I like to do, I like to learn, I like to participate, I like teamwork. I like to make those sort of the forefront of where this club is going. So I have a survey. I'm going to whet your appetite. The survey will come to you electronically. We all have emails. You'll be able to click on a link and just right through the surveys. Only 12 questions. And the majority of them are yes, no. I mean, how hard is that? But you'll notice that, here's where I want to whet your appetite a little bit. What kind of videos are you interested in making? Select as many as you like. Travel and adventure. Yeah. Family activities. The grandkids' birthday party. Graduation. Personal stories, profiles, memoirs, and family history. I know so many people that would love to make something of a tribute or a profile of someone dear to them. Maybe their own life. You may know that in January, Cheryl Martin and I taught a class in how to make a 4-minute life story video. We'll be doing that again. It was very well received, got some wonderful results. 3 of the short videos were actually shared in the Goldie Awards. Special events like performances, parties. Anybody want to do that? How many of you have the ability to take a video? Every one of you. I mean, you have a smartphone? Right? We all do. Yeah. We all do. How many might be interested in doing an instructional or explainer video? A lot of us have knowledge. We would love to share that knowledge. And if I can use my phone and make an interesting short video, how hard is it going to be? Well, we'll show you how easy it can be. Not easy, but easy. And then, in which of the following are you interested? Converting and preserving VHS tapes, those old media, make them digital. You know we do that here. Done it for years. Learning how to use a video camera or smartphone to make videos. I could use a few tips. Doing it for a few years, I can still learn. Making slideshows. Learning how to share the videos we have. How many of us really know how to get it out there to just the right people? Learning about YouTube, learning social media. So when you get this, please take it. It'll take you just a few minutes, and you will guide us into a new dawn of Video Club of Laguna Woods. We're going to have fun. We also have some good learning opportunities available We don't have a lot of these in the back, unfortunately. They've been taken, I guess. We've got some things coming up fairly soon. Let's see, we've got April 22nd, Introduction to Video Studio Production. Dr. Tom Nash, who taught Biola University courses for how many years, Tom? 26. You think he knows a thing or two? Hey, I'm taking his class. No, seriously, I'm taking his class. April 25th, Script Writing for Short Dramatic Films. You want to tell a story. It's not that hard if you get somebody who can guide you through the whole process. And what have we got? We've got Introduction to YouTube, Smile for the Camera, a favorite of mine. Sherry Farah, who's just a wonderful, experienced on-air talent. Sherry Farah will share tips about how to do interviews and how to conquer nervousness when addressing the camera. You'll learn where you should look and how to present yourself to best presentations. Yeah, I mean, if you get the opportunity, I'd like to have some confidence that I could do that. You know, I'm ready for my interview. There's another video production workshop from Tom in May. I'm doing one. It's a short one, 3 hours. How to set up a video interview. I'm going to show you practically in 3 hours, whatever camera you have, how to plan and set up that interview. Hey, I want to talk to grandma. I want to talk to my grandson. I want to do an interview. It's not that hard. We can talk a little bit about how to use the camera. Sound is really important. Sound very important. How do you do that? So that'd be a 3-hour practical. It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun, trust me. And so on. Y'all go to our website, Laguna Woods, video called Laguna Woods. All the information is there. And we have a program coming up in May. Right, Tom? This is pretty new. I'm not that familiar with it, but Tom has arranged this. It sounds very exciting. You want to give them a little preview of that, Tom? This guy knocked you out. It's some cool stuff.
I hadn't even seen this flyer. Artificial intelligence and video is the topic, and one of my former students, Robert Bontrager, actually lost a video that he had shot on 16 millimeter film, and 20, 30 years ago when he was a college student, and recently he thought, that was a pretty good film. I'd like to do something with it now, and he lost it, lost the negative. All he had it turned out to be a dirty VHS copy, and so he has used, and he'll tell us how and show us the results. He used artificial intelligence to completely restore it. It looks like it was shot in 35 millimeter film. It's great, and from a dirty VHS copy. So there's a lot of promise in artificial intelligence, and I think you'll find this interesting.
Thank you, Tom. That's going to be amazing. Hey, and artificial intelligence is not hard. That's the thing about it. If you know the right approach, where to log in, what to say, you can do so, because it's not you that's doing all the thinking. And it is. If it works for you, if you can get it done, let's all do it. You don't need a graduate degree to use that stuff. Okay, moving on. I'd like to bring up our guest. Barb is going to introduce our presenter today.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you so much, and thank you for showing up. My heart is always in my mouth when I say, is anyone ever going to show up? And you did, and I thank you, thank you. I'm Barb Torino. I am the president of the Variety Club in Casta Del Sol, which is in Mission Viejo. Very similar community to this, except much smaller. We're only about 3,000 people to your, what, 20. But we do lots of fun things, and I'm the president of the Variety Club, which is our theater club. We do about 2 or 3 live productions a year, and many of the people who live here and are friends of mine, because I usually act with the theater guilds very often here, we invite them to Casta and they perform in our productions. So we've partnered just beautifully. And I'm able to do that because I have a wonderful creative collaborator partner who you're going to hear from in a minute. And this gentleman and I write, direct, and perform in the shows. So this year, he said to me, let's get out of the box and do something different. I said, well, what would that be? He said, well, let's make a movie. Make a movie? Who knows how to make a movie, you know? And we're very lucky because he has some experience, lots of good experience in writing, directing, filming, editing movies. And so single-handedly, he has adapted a screenplay and directed our cast of maybe 30 people and edited the movie all by himself. And so we'd like to share part of it with you tonight. And I'd like to introduce my friend, Mr. Bear Sanchez.
If I may take you back a little bit to the early days of the Twilight Zone. Imagine, if you will, an amateur filmmaker taking on such a task as directing 30 misfit actors who've never made a movie before, knew nothing about the camera, didn't know how to memorize lines, and single-handedly, with one camera, filmed and directed and edited a film that looks like a multi-camera production. You will witness that film tonight as I take you through a journey through the Twilight Zone. Lights, please. That was it. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the refreshments on your way out. Thank you.
Best production.
I didn't say it was long. On the flash drive.
We know it'll play because we played it earlier.
Now the sequel to the Twilight.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Imagine, if you will, the reality of the mundane life you inhabit every day is suddenly shattered by an unexpected occurrence. The way the shadowy moon shifts the ocean's tides, for a single flap of a butterfly wing creates a typhoon. Current annoyances pale in comparison to unforeseen events that alter our course as we journey through the Twilight Zone.
Buongiorno! Ooh, a military man. Which is it? The army? The navy? Ah, it's the army! All right, hooray for the army! Tara tara la buzia! Hey, get the troops out of the hot sun. Your honors, Colonel, General, whatever you are.
I'm a major.
Advancement comes quickly in the army, even in peacetime. A major today, tomorrow a brigadier.
Major to brigadier? Not bad. Not bad, old sport. You're really very generous.
Problem?
Problem? No problem. It's just that...
Just that what?
It's just that a few important items have eluded me, like who I am.
You said you were a major.
Now wait a minute. What are you doing here? Is there a circus nearby?
A circus? Yes, there must be a circus. A clown? A circus. An officer? A war. That's logic, isn't it? But it doesn't quite figure at all.
Why not?
Because there is no circus. And there is no war. You are just like the rest of us.
The rest of us? What are we? Where are we? Who are we? Who are we?
None of us knows, Major. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we are. We just woke up one moment and here we were in the darkness.
How could this happen?
We have no memory of what happened. We're nameless things with no memory. We have no knowledge of what went before. No understanding of what's happening now. And no knowledge of what will be in the future.
How long will we be here?
Now that is a very good question. That is the best question of all. But nobody knows the answer.
Maybe this is a mirage, an illusion.
Maybe we don't really exist. Maybe we're dead.
We are dream figures from somebody else's existence.
Or each one of us is having a dream and everyone else is part of the other person's dream. Oh, there are so many possibilities.
Now that's something we have an abundance of, possibility, an infinite number of possibilities. How about getting out of here? Has anyone examined that possibility?
Have you, Major?
We're trapped down here. There's no way out.
This is a nightmare.
Yes, indeed. But whose nightmare is it? Is it yours or mine? Or the ballerinas? Or the girls? Whose nightmare is it?
Someone knows where we are.
How so?
They must. You've all been here for a while, quite possibly a long while. Someone must feed you. Someone must give you water.
There's been no food. No water.
Or we'll starve to death, or we'll die of thirst. I'm scared. Don't be scared.
Do you feel any hunger? Or thirst? Or heat? Or cold? Or fatigue? Or discomfort? Or anything? Major, do you feel anything?
No, I don't feel anything. But it's understandable that I don't feel hunger or thirst. This is shock, or the aftermath of shock.
None of us feel anything. We haven't felt anything since we've been here.
And we've been here an endless time.
This is really incredible. Have you shouted?
Have you pounded on the walls? I mean loud have you removed your shoe and found it on the wall? Have you done that, Major? Have you?
Have you looked around? Have you felt in the wall? Maybe there's a button or a lever or a panel of some kind.
Maybe there's a control button. We've searched, peered, looked. We found nothing.
There are no windows, no doors, nothing but walls.
Then we discovered that this was the universe. This, for our purposes, this is the universe. Right here, in this little room.
What was that noise?
Giant bell or something. That's what it sounds like.
Hey out there, let us out of here. Let us out of here, please.
Don't be afraid, it's all in the beginning.
Perhaps we are in a dungeon.
A dungeon for the unloved.
The unloved?
We have names. We're people. We belong somewhere. But somewhere, somehow, we have a life that's been cut away from us. And we must get it back. Each one of us.
We'll dig a tunnel. I know where we are.
Where are we?
Well, my dear young lady, how unobservant. When the whole thing just fits together.
Please tell me where we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is very apparent. It is quite obvious that we, all of us, we are in hell.
God help us.
We are in hell. Never say die, that one.
At least he's trying.
He is indeed.
He's been at it for hours.
It's metal, I think. Smooth. 4 walls. No place to climb up.
All of which we could have told you hours ago.
Then we'll have to think of something else.
Are you going to help us?
I'm going to get you out of here. I promise.
Oh, please, please do. Perhaps we can pretend that we are all acrobats. A little band over the top.
Now, just a minute.
Oh, come on, this is getting a little bit ridiculous.
Why not?
Why not what?
What you said. Acrobatic.
A figure of speech, my dear. Not to be taken seriously.
I grant you that we have somehow faltered in some of our human dignities, but we are nonetheless governed by human frailties, not the least of which is gravity.
Perhaps you know of some acrobatics which I am unaware of.
I see what she's getting at. Don't any of the rest of you see it? One standing on each other's shoulders. Think about it. Isn't that the way they do it in the circuses?
I'll ask when it comes in. I assure you that even though I'm in the costume of a clown, I have no recollection of ever having been one.
It's true. We might not feel hunger or thirst, but pain is something completely different. And a drop from 20 feet onto this hard floor, well, that's a pain that I would rather do without.
It's a chance. Please try. I don't want to stay in here anymore.
I beg your pardon, but no thank you.
But she's right. It's a chance. Come on, let's try it. Clown, you on your knees. I'll get on your back. Tramp, you spot me.
But we'd never reach it anyway.
But who's to say we couldn't reach it? We don't know how high it is.
That's my point exactly. We'd be exerting ourselves for nothing.
Oh, come on, let's try it. Clown, get on your knees. I'll get on your back.
Observation. Things were far more simpler before you arrived.
How's your leg?
I think I sprained it. I'll be all right.
How close were you?
I could almost feel it.
You're almost there.
A miss is as good as a mile. Oh, here's what we'll do next. The clown on his knees, then the tramp, then me. I'll climb up with a rope halfway around the hobo stick, then I fling it out over the edge, let it hook on the ledge.
That's ingenious. Why don't one of us just run over to the hardware store and pick up some rope?
He's right. We don't have any rope.
We'll never get out of here.
Somehow I'll get you out of here, I promise. But none of us gets out until one of us gets out.
Now that is logic that I can live with. Is he coming back for us? I'm surprised he made it. He was a man with determination. A man with determination can accomplish anything.
What did he see out there?
Where are we? Come back for us.
He'll come back for us. I know he will.
Well, he might come back, but it won't be for us.
You may be right. You just may be right. We are in hell!
Dolls for Christmas. Dolls for Christmas. Dolls for Christmas.
I found this on the ground.
Oh, someone must have dropped it.
Oh, thank you, dear. Just drop it in the barrel, will you?
You don't have very many, do you?
No, not nearly enough. It's for the orphans, you know.
This soldier, he looks so sad.
Oh, here. You're so sweet. I have a present for you.
Wow, thank you, Santa.
That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Dolls for Christmas. Dolls for Christmas.
What are you going to name her?
She says her name is Tina.
Open your hearts.
Just a barrel, a dark depository, where it kept counterfeit make-believe pieces of plaster and cloth throughout a distorted image of human life. But this added hopeful note. Perhaps they are unloved only for the moment, for in the arms of children there can be nothing but love.
welcome. Welcome, sir. Thank you. Okay, good. Okay, you're all set. Thank you very much.
Hi, sweetheart.
Well, hello. Welcome.
Good morning.
That's fine.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Hurry up there. Let's find our seats.
Relax, Mama. We have plenty of time.
You know that I like to have a drink before we go.
That's my seat.
Right here, you're in my seat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It makes me so nervous.
Excuse me, can you tell me where my seat is?
Sure, you're up in the second row right there.
Okay, and can you tell me if we have a meal on the plane? I'm so hungry that I didn't have time for dinner.
Oh, yes, we're having a turkey pot pie with a buttered flaky crust. Yes.
All right. I can't believe this flight is late. I'm going to miss my meeting, and I better have a window seat. I hate an aisle seat because the flight attendant always bumps me with her cart.
Okay, you're good. And yours. You're up here in the front, on the right, the front row here.
Those are our seats.
These are your
Yeah,
seats.
that's fine. Here, give me that.
Oh, thank you. Did you want to switch seats?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I can sit.
Honey, are you all right? Do you want to move?
No, what's the difference? It doesn't matter where I sit. It's not the seat. It's it's just being on this plane here. I don't like it. I need to.
Oh, honey, you can't smoke in here.
Oh, I'm not acting much like a cured man, am I?
But you are cured. Dr. Martin wouldn't let you fly if you weren't, would he?
I suppose not.
Well, if you weren't all better, he wouldn't let you fly all the way home. It's just that simple.
Yeah. Well, you make it sound so simple anyway. Thank you for coming with me. You didn't have to.
Oh, I wanted to. After all, I've never flown before.
No, you're not missing out on anything.
It must have been awful in there for you for 2 whole weeks.
Thank you for flying with Creative Airlines. We are preparing for takeoff, so please lift your trays to the upright position and fasten your seat belts. The restrooms are through the curtain to your right, and the emergency exits are on your left and right. In the case of an emergency, your seat may not be used as a flotation device, and if you look overhead, you'll see there are no oxygen masks, so good luck. Your in-flight entertainment will be a 6-hour marathon of the outer limits. Please enjoy your flight.
So, what exactly happened?
Just a teensy-weensy breakdown. Now I'm cured. No big deal. Stress, you understand. Overstressed and over-anxious due to underconfidence.
Sir, you need to put your seatbelt on.
The portrait of a frightened man, Mr. Robert Wilson, 62, husband, father, and salesman. Mr. Wilson has just been discharged from a sanitarium where he spent the last 2 weeks recovering from a nervous breakdown, the onset of which took place on an evening not dissimilar to this one, on an airliner very much like the one in which Mr. Wilson is about to be flown home. The difference being that on that evening, half a year ago, Mr. Wilson's flight was terminated by the onslaught of his mental breakdown. And tonight, he's traveling all the way to his appointed destination, which, contrary to Mr. Wilson's plan, happens to be in the darkest corner of the Twilight Zone.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Flight 5073. This is your captain speaking, and I have some important information about our flight. The flight time today is approximately 6.5 hours, and the estimated time of arrival will be 8:23 local time, and we'll be flying at 35,000 feet. The weather on our route is good. The temperature at our destination is 72 degrees Fahrenheit and clear skies. We wish you a pleasant flight and hope to see you soon. Again, on behalf of the crew and myself, thank you for choosing Creative Airlines as your airline today.
Sir, please fasten your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelt.
Oh, sorry, miss. There are no seatbelts.
Oh, no seatbelt. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, just hold on tight and enjoy your flight.
I shouldn't have taken those sleeping pills. I should stay awake with you.
Oh, no. I don't want you to, sweetheart. Go back to sleep. I'm all right.
But I'm going to miss the 6-hour Outer Limits marathon.
Oh, that's okay, honey. It was never as good as the Twilight Zone anyway.
Okay.
Miss, hurry! There's a man out there. Look, he's crawling on... sorry, must have been something else.
Bob, what is it?
Oh, Miss Wilson, it's nothing. It's okay.
Oh, we're not married. We just met a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I get you anything?
A glass of water.
Certainly. I'll get it for you.
Something wrong, honey?
No. I thought I saw something out there.
What?
Nothing. I just think I need a little sleep.
Are you going to be okay?
Yeah. Fine.
Maybe you want to take one of these sleeping pills now.
Yeah. I'll have one of those.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Do you need anything else? You want a blanket?
No, thank you.
You'll be all right now?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Will you wake me if you need me?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
It isn't there. It isn't there. Honey, would you wake up, honey? Miss, hurry!
Can I help you, Mr. Wilson?
Are we going into a storm?
Oh, it's just a small one. Nothing to worry about.
Bob, what is it? Is it the storm? Are you all right? Is everything okay?
No. Honey, you remember what I told you about seeing someone outside?
Yes.
Marcia, there's a man out there. I don't mean a man. I mean, I don't know what I mean. Maybe what did they call it during the war? You know, the pilots. Gremlins. Yeah, gremlins. You remember the stories about the... Marcia, why are you looking at me like that?
Bob.
I'm not imagining it. Honey, he's out there. He jumps around when anyone else might see him, except me. Honey, he's there. Look, I realize what this sounds like. Honey, I'm not insane.
I didn't say that you were...
Will you please sit down and shut up and let us sleep?
Look, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
It's just that... Never mind. Marcia, am I acting crazy?
No, darling, no.
Marcia, don't look at me like that. I know I had a mental breakdown. I know I had it on an airplane. I know it looks like the same thing is happening again, but it isn't. I assure you it isn't. I didn't tell you before because I wasn't sure if it was real or not, but I'm sure now it is real. There's a man out there, or a gremlin, or I don't know what. I don't know what it is. I mean, if I told you what I've seen, you would think I'm gone.
Gone? I wish you were gone. Would you please sit down? Enough is enough.
It's gonna be all right. I'm so sorry. Everything's gonna be all right, right, Bob?
I know your intentions are good and you love me and sympathize with me. Don't patronize me. I'm not insane.
Did I say you were...
Does it have to be said? It's in your face. It's in your... Look, for the last time, that creature is out there. Look, the reason why I'm telling you this now is he's starting to tamper with one of the engines. Look, it doesn't matter what you think or what you realize. I mean, realize whatever you want. Realize that I should be in a straitjacket if it pleases you.
If it pleases me...
No, I didn't mean that. I meant, well, whatever you think of me, whatever you realize, it doesn't matter. All I ask you is that you tell the pilots what I said. Ask them to keep an eye on the wings. If they see nothing, all right, I'll commit myself. But if they do, will you at least allow the possibility?
I'll tell them.
Look, I know it's asking a lot. It's like asking you to advertise your relationship to a lunatic.
No, I'll tell them. I'll go. You sit down.
Okay.
Sit down, and I'll tell them. Yes, my boyfriend would like to speak with a flight engineer.
Okay, I will go back and see if the captain can speak with you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Can you wait right here for me?
It's really important.
Okay,
Please
just
hurry.
take a moment.
Okay.
He said, the captain said no.
No.
He's busy. He's flying the plane.
Well, what about the co-pilot?
Co-pilot? We don't have a co-pilot. Cutbacks. Sorry.
What? Is there a problem here, sir?
Yeah, I saw something on the wing.
Mr. Wilson, please. All right, you saw something, but we don't want to alarm the other passengers. Can you understand that?
What did he say? Did he say there's something wrong with the airplane? No, he said he saw something on the wing. What did he see? Is it a bird? Is it a fire? No, he keeps rambling on about gremlins.
Mr. Wilson, please. I know you saw something.
You mean you've seen him too?
Of course we have, but we don't want to frighten the other passengers.
Of course. I understand.
Now, the thing we gotta remember...
You can stop now.
Sir.
You can leave.
Mr. Wilson.
I won't say another word. I'll see us crash first.
You gotta understand our position.
Suicide. I've never seen anything like it. We need to get the maintenance crew to go out and check the entire plane.
It's all right now, darling.
I know. And I'm the only one that does know. For now.
The flight of Mr. Robert Wilson has ended. A flight not only from point A to point B, but also from the fear of recurring mental breakdown. Mr. Wilson has that fear no longer. though, for the moment, he is, as he has said, alone in this assurance. Happily, his conviction will not remain isolated too much longer. For happily, tangible manifestation is very often left as evidence of trespass, even from so intangible a quarter as the Twilight Zone.
Thank you.
Dolls
sweetie.
for Christmas.
Go ahead.
Dolls for Christmas. Dolls for Christmas.
I heard there's a store-wide sale here today.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, me too. I heard that there's a rumor that the store's going to close.
That would be a shame. I love this store.
I do too. My husband says that I would live here if I could.
Can you direct me to the shoe department, please?
Yes, ma'am. It's right over there.
Okay, is it true the store's closing?
There is no truth to that rumor whatsoever. We plan to be here for a very long time.
That makes me so happy. This place is like my second home.
This way, Christy. Don't get lost.
Tina says she wants a new dress, Mommy.
Did she now? Well, let's not forget why we're here. We're here to buy a present for your brother's birthday.
I remember, Mommy.
Come on.
And good evening to you. May I help you?
No, thank you. I know what I'm looking for.
Really? May I kind of inquire a little bit about what you're looking for?
Well, I'm looking for thimbles. Have you had them advertised?
Yes, that's the specialty department right over here. And you need to hurry because we will be closing soon.
Oh, thank you, sir. I'll just be a minute.
Is there something I can help you with?
Oh, yes. I was looking for a gold thimble. A gift for my mother.
Gold thimble, I think we have something you'd like. This way, please. Right here, dear. Gold thimble, 14 karat gold, and quite distinctive looking. Don't you think?
Yes, I think that'll do.
Would you like a gift wrap?
Oh, yes, please. Oh, no. On second thought, I'll wrap it myself.
All right. That'll be $22.50 plus tax, $25 even.
That's odd.
What is, Marcia?
Well, the cost of it is exactly how much money I have, exactly $25. You called me Marcia.
Oh, I did? I'm sorry. I apologize.
How do you know my name?
I've seen you around in the store.
No, you haven't. I've never seen you before. I'm sorry, I don't want to make a big deal about this, but I have been having the most peculiar day.
Really? Do tell me about it.
Well, this man I was seeing, he had a nervous breakdown, and he was saying the oddest things. The oddest things.
Really? A man?
Yes. Well, I probably won't see him again anyway. Wait a minute, what kind of place is this? I came here looking for one small item, a gold thimble, and you brought me to a table that had just the item that I was looking for.
Please come again, anytime.
Thank you.
Miss White, are you happy?
Beg your pardon? Am I what? Am I happy? Forgive me, but I don't think that's any of your business.
Really? None of my business? Oh, I do apologize. I'm sorry. It is none of my business.
Look at this thing. It's scratched, and it looks like somebody stepped on it.
Marcia. Perhaps that's not what you were looking for. May I take that from you?
Marcia. Who do you think you're fooling, Marcia?
You know who you are.
Do you remember, Marcia?
Come on, dear. Marcia.
Marcia, forgive me, Miss Station, but you're acting like a silly child. Come now. Think. Concentrate. We'll help you.
We'll help you concentrate.
Remember now.
Coming back now, is it?
I'm a mannequin. That's what I am. I'm a mannequin. And it was my
Your turn to leave us for a month, to live with the outsiders.
You were due back yesterday, but you didn't show up. No, Marcia. That was very selfish.
It was my turn, Marcia, and we do not overstay. I'm already delayed 1 day.
Of course, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot. You know, when you're on the outside, everything seems so normal, as if...
As if what, Marcia?
As if we were like the others. Like the outsiders. Like the real people. Well, no serious harm done.
Well, I'll see you all in a month. Take good care of yourselves. Bye.
We'll miss you.
Bye.
Have fun. Have fun.
Take care of everything. I'll miss you too. Bye.
Have fun. We'll miss you. Yeah. Me too. See you in a month. Take care. Did you have a good time, Marcia?
Was it fun?
Ever so much fun. I met a man. I flew on a plane. I ate spaghetti.
Good morning, folks. It's 9 o'clock and the store is now open. I hope you all brought your purse and all your shopping list, because today is a special day and you're going to have so much fun shopping. Oh, by the way, I want you to remember to donate all your little presents to the orphans. It's in a box right outside the door here. And thank you so very much for shopping at our store. We appreciate all your business. You have been just outstanding. Odd. Quite odd.
Marcia White, in her normal and natural state. A wooden lady with a painted face who, 1 month out of the year, takes on the characteristics of someone as normal and as flesh and blood as you and I. But it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Just how normal are we? Just who are the people we nod our hellos to as we pass on the street? A rather good question to ask, particularly in the Twilight Zone.
We are going to cut it off right there. We can't give you everything. Thank you. Thank you. So that was the first 3 stories. The entire movie has 8 of my favorite and what I think are the most popular episodes of The Twilight Zone. No, it's actually 8 stories. There's 5 scenes, But the scene after this has 3 stories intermingled within that scene. As you watched it, some of you will remember the mannequin episode, right? Yes? And then, of course, the very famous airplane episode. That's right. That's right. So what I did was I took my favorite episodes and adapted those episodes into one movie where all these characters intermingle with each other. You'll notice in the airplane scene, the girlfriend ended up being the mannequin, right? So these stories will unfold in the next 2 stories that follow this. I encourage you to watch those. I do have a YouTube channel, which is Star Quality Productions. If you go to Star Quality Productions on YouTube, you'll find this and many other films and stage plays that we have filmed at the Casta Del Sol Variety Club. We did a lot of filming during COVID on Zoom, and you can find those films on Zoom as well. Let me just reintroduce myself. My name is Mr. Bear Sanchez, and I am an amateur filmmaker like many of you. I got my start in film as a child actor when I was 8 years old. But as an actor, I found myself focusing a lot on the behind the camera jobs. I kept watching everything that was going on. You know, when you're a film actor, there's a lot of sitting around and waiting. So I was really intrigued with the whole process. And so as I got older, I discovered theater in high school. So I kind of left film and started to perform on stage. And then in my 30s, I started missing film work. So I started doing some independent films where I could act again. And again, became really intrigued with the filmmaking process. About 8 years ago, I was approached by one of my friends who owns a company called Movies by Kids. And what he does is he goes to elementary schools and to cities and does after-school enrichment classes where he teaches children how to make films using iPods and iPads. And a lot of it is stop-motion animation, claymation, and live-action movie making, where they get to film and edit their own movies. And he had asked me if I would be interested in working with him and teaching camp in the summer for the city of Irvine. And I said, yeah, that sounds like fun. So I started to teach kids filmmaking. And we would film on little tiny iPods like this. And they would edit on those iPods on iMovie. I mean, we're talking about a 3-inch screen by 1.5 inches, just, you know, I mean, really not much larger than that. And so we would film on that and we would edit on that. And years later, I still teach kids movie making on the regular. But the way I got involved with Barb Torino is I met her doing musical theater, and we were doing a play, and she had, we became very close friends, and she had mentioned that she was a part of a variety club where she lives, and that they do a lot of musicals and plays and variety shows, and they might need some help, and they needed a director and some new material. And I said, sure, I don't mind helping out for one show. 7 years later, we've been doing 2 or 3 shows a year together at the Variety Club. So as she mentioned, we both write, direct, and perform in the shows, but we're teaching all of these people in the club how to do things that either they've never done before. We have members who've never performed, never acted, don't sing, can't dance, and they want to be, on stage. And then we have a bunch of people who used to sing, dance, or act when they were younger and are in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90, who still want to perform. You'll remember one of our oldest members on the airplane, the loudmouth. Yeah, she's 97. And the sharpest actor we have is off book first, knows her lines, and will improvise. So what we did was this last year, we were thinking, what musical are we going to do? What show are we going to do? And we always write them. So we usually take about 2 months to write a script, and then 8 weeks to rehearse, and then we do a 1 weekend live on stage performance. And I really didn't have time to write another show. About 8 years ago, I wrote this show, A Journey Through the Twilight Zone, and performed it as a play in the city of Orange. And they loved it. So I've had this script for a long time, and I said, Barb, I have an idea. I have a script that's already written. It's not a musical, so we don't have to worry about singing rehearsals, dancing rehearsals. It's a drama, it's a play, but if we do it as a movie, I think it'll be really easy. And she said, a movie? No one here has ever made a movie. How do we do that? And I said, well, it'll be easy. So I always say it's going to be easy, and then it's not always as easy. But so I said, if I can teach children how to make movies, I can teach seniors how to make a movie, right? So it was really a special project for me because I got to take this script, which I love the Twilight Zone, huge fan my whole life, got to take this script that I adapted and put it on film. And we've got YouTube now, and we got Facebook. And so these things that we create can last forever. So I said, let's make this movie. And she said, how are we going to get these actors to memorize their lines? And that was a problem because memorization is difficult. And I said, look, we can use cue cards. We can hold the script up near the camera. We can feed them their lines, and then we edit out all the garbage, right? So that's pretty much what we did. 75-80% of the dialogue that you heard on there was repeat after me. Say this, and then they'd say it. It was, and we filmed one line at a time. In order. A lot of filmmakers will film out of order and then edit all together. We filmed everything in order, one line, one frame at a time. One camera, and you notice there was a lot of camera angles, a lot of fast cuts and stuff like that. One camera. So you see that we filmed things multiple times from different angles. I had to be in a scene because 2 hours before we filmed the first scene with the strangers in the box, the toys, the hobo got sick. Said, I can't make it. All right, Mr. Bear, I gotta. So, I was comfortable with the script, but I hadn't memorized the hobo's lines. So I said, Barb, when the hobo is in the scene, you're holding the camera. Read me my line, and I'll say it. Then I'll get up, and I'll hold the camera, and I'll film everybody else. So that's really how it was done. I know a lot of you are wondering what kind of equipment, I would hardly call it equipment, what kind of camera I used. Canon, high def, this is it. This is the camera I used. And no external mics, no special lighting. This in my hand and that's it. And that was really an interesting challenge because even though I teach filmmaking, this was my biggest film to date that I've ever made personally. I've been in independent films, I've acted in movies and such, I've written musicals and plays and such like that, but to actually make a full-length film with a cast of 30 almost, with nothing but this, was really quite a challenge. But it,
about 15 hours of filming.
yes.
For an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, each one of those scenes that you saw, there were 3 scenes you saw. Each one of those scenes, we did 1 read-through, 1 blocking rehearsal, and then we filmed. That was it. And we filmed each one of those scenes. That's about 15-minute scenes, 15 to 18-minute scenes. We filmed in 3 hours, each scene on one night. It took about 3 hours to film that whole scene. So I ended up with about an hour and a half of footage for each scene. Took me about 4, 5 to 6 hours to edit each one, to cut it all together, make it all make sense, add all the music, the sound effects, yeah, so that was my process in editing that. But at this time, if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer. Yes.
Yeah, how did you edit?
So I use iMovie. Yeah, I use iMovie. It's a pretty beginner app. It's user friendly, easy to learn. I mean, I learned it. I learned how to use iMovie because I had to teach 7-year-olds how to use iMovie. So if they can edit on iMovie, then I know you guys can, because I can. And so I do everything on iMovie. Yeah, I just load everything in. And the reason I like to film in order is because all I have to do is I take my sound card out of my camera, put it into my computer, open it up, highlight all the footage I have, load it in, and it's in order already. It's already in order, which makes editing so much easier. So I can look at all my footage, and if I know that I filmed a certain shot 5 times, I know the last one is the good one. The last one is the one we got right. So I just highlight the first 4 and delete those, because I know the last one was, the one to use. So I really tried to simplify editing for me because I'm really not a technical person. I really make it as easy as possible for me because I have to teach kids how to do it. So I had to learn that way. So yeah, I use iMovie. Any other questions regarding filming, editing?
Can you tell him how you made everything when he shot the plane?
We did have fun in the airplane. So again, a lot of forced perspective. You'll notice a lot of different angles, especially when Bob Wilson on the airplane is having his nervous breakdown, and he's explaining to his girlfriend. There's a lot of cuts. I kept going from down here to up here, behind him, a lot of cuts. There were 2 reasons why I did that, and then I'll get into that. 2 reasons why there's a lot of cuts on him. One, I wanted the audience to feel the nervousness that he was feeling. It was uncomfortable to watch, It was very nervous. It was all over the place, which is where he was. So I wanted you to feel what he felt. The second and most important reason why there's a lot of cuts is because the man did not know any of his lines. So, if I had the camera on a tripod and fed him his lines one at a time and then cut me out and edited that, it would be choppy. He would be moving, it wouldn't be smooth. So I said, I'd move over here and I'd say, Barb, read him his line. Okay, ready, Mark? I want you to say that one line. He'd say it. I go, okay. Now say another line. Say your next line. Now the next line. And we would feed him his lines. So I believe that it really is the editor's responsibility to make your actors look good. He didn't know a single line. And that was a difficult scene. And he's a great actor because he would be able to take that line and then just act it, immediately. We really didn't have time to practice because in Variety Club, we have to reserve a room for a certain amount of time. And so it's like, look, we have 3 hours in this room, and everyone's availability was very difficult to organize, as you guys know. If you're going to do something, we got to get every one of those people available to be there, and if someone can't be there, then we have to give those lines to someone else. We have to try to get them in. But the scene that you had asked me about was after he shoots the gun out the window. So we had 2 people rush home and grab their leaf blowers. And we had a group of people ripping up newspaper and getting all the styrofoam paper cups that Casta gives us for water. And I said, ready, turn them on, and action. And if you move the camera around a lot, and they're throwing trash at my 65 and 70 and 80 and 90-year-old cast members, we are blowing all this trash in their face. And it just was, and they had so much fun filming that scene. And it's like I said, just keep blowing trash in Selma's face. Just keep going, right? And so they were leaf blowers. And so we did that. You will notice that, especially in the airplane sequence, there was a lot of footage of the airport. There's footage of the airplane flying in the sky. We've got our set, which was obviously not, these chairs. But then there was footage of inside the airplane as well. This was our secondary camera. I went on vacation. My girlfriend and I, the mannequin, we flew to New York, and I said, honey, I need some footage of the airport. And we just so happened, we were so lucky, we had a window seat right next to the wing. So when you see that wing, that was our window and my phone looking out the window. But a lot of the airport stuff was stock footage, and that's great. You can get stock footage, combine that with live footage, combine that with, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, we you never saw the guy looking out the window because there was no window in the rec room that we were at. But you see him looking, and then you cut to the window shot, and your brain puts it all together, So that's kind of how we did that airplane scene. Revolving, yeah. So that was what we did. Anyone have any other questions? I'm happy to answer. Yes.
Did you just happen to have a gremlin out the window when you were?
I told you some footage was practical. Yeah. So that was just there. There's a lot of websites since I do edit a lot and I use green screen. As you guys will all go home and watch the rest of the movie on YouTube, you will notice later on at the end of the movie there's a couple of green screen shots. So on iMovie you do have the ability to overlay footage. And so I took that wing shot. I went onto this other website, and there's a lot of them out there, and they are not expensive, probably $30 a year for a website, and you can get stock footage and special effects off of these websites. You choose which one you want, you download it, and then you just overlay it on top of your footage. Move it around on the screen where you want it. So that was just that monster face was the one I chose. Yeah.
And if you watch the rest of the movie, watch it to the end because there's a blooper reel on the end.
Oh yes, I always try to in my movies. I always try to include the bloopers. There is a very tragic ending to this movie. I mean, it is the Twilight Zone, so it's very dramatic. It doesn't have a happy ending. And so we actually had all the people from Casta. We showed it in our theater multipurpose room, and we had, I think we did 2 or 3 showings. We had about 100 people each time, and we had popcorn. We made it a movie theater, and they came out and watched the movie. And I didn't want everyone going home with this, oh my God, that was dark and depressing, and because it does get very dark and depressing at the end. So I wanted everyone to know that the Variety Club we have a lot of fun. We goof off, we joke, we tease each other, we have fun, and while we're doing that, we put on quality entertainment. And so I wanted the audience to see that, so I added bloopers at the end so that the audience can see how much fun we really had making this dramatic
And you might
movie.
recognize some of your friends and family because some of our actors live here, like Sandy.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have quite a few people that live here that come in.
The young lady who played the mother with the little girl, that's Carol. She lives here. Santa Claus, if you know Bill Reed, he was Santa. Yeah. So, yeah. Any other questions? So, okay, from start to finish, like I said, we spent, I think we did 2 nights. I think we did 2 nights where we did a full read-through. There were some people missing the first night, so we said, okay, we'll have another one. So 2 3-hour nights for a read-through. Then we did 2 nights where we blocked everything. So we blocked everything once. We did the first half one night, and then the other stories another night. So 2 read-throughs, 1 blocking for each scene night. Then we didn't rehearse anything. We just showed up. So I think there were 2 weeks where we didn't do anything. I just said, everyone has your script, work on it, learn your lines. Then each scene had 1 night, 3 hours, to film the entire scene with take over take of people not knowing their lines. So, I mean, every line was said at least twice because it was like, what's my line? This is your line. Now I'll say it. No, let's do it again, because we didn't rehearse. So we were rehearsing and filming the same night.
But much less time than a live show. Much less.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Because of scheduling, the airplane scene was the last scene that we filmed. And I think we filmed that on like Tuesday, and Friday was our showing. So what I did was every week, when I filmed one scene one week, I edited that week. I edited as I went along. So that helped. That helped a lot. So yeah, I mean, that was the process. But it was I would say a 6-week process from start to finish, around that. Yeah. And it's it's about an hour and a half. I mean, an hour and 20 minutes. So I mean, a little bit shorter than a feature film, but that's about how long the whole movie is. Yeah. Yes, sir.
If I may make a quick comment here for the video club, you showing your camera.
Yeah.
We have 3 of these cameras which you can loan out, use at home, use at your event. It's free of charge. We're asking for a deposit, but we're not cashing your check.
Yeah.
You bring back the camera, you get your check back.
Yeah.
But we have 3 cameras and tripods. So
Yeah, it's a very simple. Yeah. So they have them. You can use them. It's very simple to use. Very user friendly. That's your screen. It's just it's very lightweight. I filmed the entire movie handheld. No tripods. No tripod. Yeah. No tripod. No Steadicam. Yeah, no additional lighting. I want it to be very natural. No dollies, no Steadicam, no tripod, no crane. No, though we did stand on tables and film down. So I need you to shoot down. I need a forced perspective, and I'm in the scene. So Barb, you're holding the camera. Stand on that chair and don't fall. And yeah, but we had a lot of fun. So yeah, I mean. Thank you very much, everyone. So please, once again, when you are bored or drunk and want a good laugh, visit Star Quality Productions on YouTube. Like and follow, and you'll see lots of different videos that we've done, and they were all filmed on the same camera. I mean, pretty much. It was mentioned earlier, you guys can film and make a video on your phone. You just have to learn how to edit it, and I'm sure these wonderful people here, we're all amateurs, we're all learning, and I have learned that the best way to learn something is to teach. So as you guys teach, I know you guys are going to learn. And so thank you so much for having us out here. This is a project from the heart. So I hope you guys enjoy the ending when you all go home and watch A Journey Through the Twilight Zone. I'm Bear Sanchez. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you all so much. It's been a great evening and very entertaining. You know what I was thinking? Okay, you make it so easy. No, here's how you do it. You think of a scene that we all know, like my kids or my niece and her family. Like somebody going, kids, there's a scene that we know. We could do that. Yeah. You do it with your friends. You got the camera, say, hey, how about if we did something? Remember we watched that movie? Oh, you know what? We could do that. You want to try it? You want to try it? Who wants to try? And you get your camera, say, who wants to try this? My niece, these people are going to have a lot of fun. And we can do it, and that's so simple. What you did is much more than that. But you can do that. We want that kind of energy. We want the people, we're here to have fun. It's exciting. Absolutely. And you sure made it feel exciting. And you know what I mean? I don't have sets. I don't have costumes. You got clothes. You have chairs. That's right.
Zero budget.
Yeah, exactly. So we all look forward to seeing you again here. And Tom's got a final word.
Yeah, well, can I give a little plug for, we're right now looking for scripts for our next film project, which we'll be filming this summer and into fall. And we've made 5 so far. And so we're looking for the next, and the deadline is the end of June.
Okay.
And we already have, I think, at least one submission.
Good.
And just to remind you that we're looking for something that we can film with zero budget and with actors mostly over 55 and et cetera.
How long of us?
Usually around 20 minutes, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So. All right.
Great. We're here to have fun, and we'll see you all again soon. And hopefully you'll all get, if you're on our list somewhere, I hope you'll get the survey. Let us know what you want. We'll be there for you. Thank you.
Enjoy your journey, everyone.